All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week where we get to get ourselves in high spirits, not just because everything is good, but because we love movies. We like to talk about series. We like to talk about what now? Documentary, everything, our what shows, and what you should be watching this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, where we love music. We love life, we love movies, and we love you because you're very important and the most important person in this mix. You are the reason why we're here. So, hey, a huge round of applause to you. I should give you a round of applause for always being there. Yep, you are the real MVP. Thank you for choosing us. We love you right back. Now, that said, if you're listening to us for the first time, what do we do here? I have just told you. Every Friday from 11 till 11:50, we discuss movies, recommendations, review them, give our take, well, more like our analysts give their take and then tell you what you should be doing this weekend, watching and going to the cinema. And that said, I always have the pleasure of not doing this alone. On some days, I have two of them. On other days, I have just one. And that man that has been in the air, flying everywhere, he's been so busy that I don't recollect the last time I saw him. Maybe 3 months back or 4 months. From one award show to one film fest, one film festival. He finally makes his return to Nigeria and to Film Focus. And you already know the man I am talking about. He's a writer, he's a critic. He gives his take undiluted. He says his mind the way it comes to him. He does not care whose horse is good, and he tells you how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the son of Edo, the Esan man, coming in 6 foot 4 inches, I believe. Oh, six, just 6 feet. The one and the only Oris.
Okay, I almost feel like I'm a boxer coming into the ring. Yes, thank you, Sheo, and good morning, Lagos, and good morning to our listeners. And yeah, you're right. I've been, I guess, away for a bit, but I am back briefly because I'm also away next week. So
Oh my
apologies
word.
in advance.
Yeah. A beat does not actually cut it. You've not been around for 2 months. All right.
No, I think it's not 3 months. I think maybe it's like a month and maybe a few weeks. I don't think it's up to like it's not up to 3 months. Please let's not overstate my crime.
I like the way you put it. If you put it that way, no problem. Yeah, yeah, no, we'll take it. So what have you been up to, man? What have you been up to? I mean, aside being in
Um,
Cologne.
yeah, I've been I mean, where I just got back from, there was the International Distribution Summit for filmmakers in Germany. That was last week, I think. Yeah. And so that's where I was at least over the past maybe 2 weeks. Before then, that was music. I was at the head, but that's the one they're going. And where I'm going to next is the documentary festival in Amsterdam, but that
The
starts from
what?
next week. So it's called IDFA, the International
Okay.
Documentary Festival Amsterdam, and I was invited as a jury member. So
Oh.
that's what I'm. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, that's what I'm going for next week. Yeah, so that's about it.
Well, that is not about it, at least until we say so. You have to give us the meat of the matter, the juice of where you have been to. Tell us. I mean, you were in Cologne with your earth-colored native wear with your cap. I mean, you always wear a cap. You always have one form of face of hats or the other on. But this time you were wearing something truly African. You were carrying Africa, Nigeria on your shoulders. Tell us
Here we
about.
go. Um, so yeah, so I think a few weeks ago, not a lot of weeks, like months ago, I think 2 or 3 months ago, one of the biggest film distributors in Germany came
No, you can't be frozen now.
to Nigeria, in their film products. Yeah, they are trying to expand the business, I think. Anyway, so they came here looking to speak to a bunch of people who are
Mm.
within and a little bit to me. Had a conversation, and somewhere around there, they were like, "Okay, would I mind coming to speak to some of their investors in Germany during the events?" And of course, since I'm jobless, I said yes. And so I was invited to give a brief talk, a sort of speech on the Nigerian film industry and how it possibly can expand over the next few years. So that's what I was talking about in Germany.
Mm, okay. So tell me some of those. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a discovery, but how was the whole experience in again seeing where we are, what looks like the opportunities, the notice, the attention, the eyeballs that Nollywood is getting?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the first things that was immediately clear to me while during the event, during the summit, was that not a lot of Europeans are familiar with African film, and especially not Nollywood. We don't get a lot of Nigerian film, at least in the mainstream, that shows up in Germany, in Europe generally. So people don't really know. Of course, they've heard of Nollywood, it's something in the air, but they're not really familiar heavily with what we do, the films, the actors, the directors, people like that. So part of my job was to kind of introduce them to what the scene is like. And of course, part of their own jobs as investors, as business people,
Hello?
is to go out. You can't hear me? We have
And he will be talking to us. That's a problem of Zoom. Internet connection unstable.
Yes,
We'll be right back.
yes, always a problem.
That's a challenge. I hate Zoom for reasons like this.
Sorry, yes, it's always a big problem, I guess. This network,
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware that's going on. So just imagine that.
Yeah. And for I'm guessing maybe it's also from us, I think. I don't know. Network has been
Oh,
stable.
well, I hope there was a little bit of information that I guess anybody listening probably understood part of it at least,
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. For the better part, it was coherent. So
The title of
you don't have to.
is reserved. Chosen for no one else carries an aura worth its weight, followed by just epic journey to power and the all-new action-packed drama Slum King, starting October 8th and showing Sundays at 8 p.m. on Africa Magic Showcase on DSTV and GoTV.
Did you attend Amma?
No, there was a film premiere on the same day, so I went to the premiere instead. No, sorry, I wasn't at that one. I was.
What premiere?
A film called Adire with Kehinde Bankole.
You are definitely giving us the juice of that. I saw the pictures and
Yes,
everything. Yep.
I'm not sure that I was.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Here we go.
If you're watching us on YouTube, then you will be aware of the discussion we're about to have now. But if you're not, you can go to youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. You are listening to Film Focus on Smooth 981. My name is Oluwaseun, and my analyst, my guest is Oris, joining me via Zoom. And we're hoping, fingers crossed, that the rest of the conversation will be smooth and network stress or hassle free.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we beg the mothers and the fathers and everyone who controls the airwaves. All right, so before the break, Oris was telling us what he has been up to, and I mentioned, I was asking him if he went to the AMA, that's the awards, and he said nope, because there was a film premiere happening that same day. What film premiere? Adire, the movie. And now he's going to tell us all about it.
I don't know all about it. But what I would say, I mean, I can give a little bit of an introduction to the film. So
Okay.
it stars Kehinde Bankole, who is, we are introduced to her as a prostitute at the beginning of the film. She apparently steals some money and then goes to a village to start life over. While at the village, well, let's just say a bunch of the men in the village fall in love with her. And she begins to, in quotes, wreck their homes. But some of the women, of course, come. Of course, they try and go and look for who is this woman who is destroying their matrimony. And as it turns out, they too fall in love with the woman. So the story is basically about this one former prostitute in a village who kind of upsets the way things run in that village. I think that's the people have to see it to get the details. But yeah, I think that's a brief introduction as to what exactly it is. It's showing today, isn't it? Is it not starting today or tomorrow?
I think today it's coming.
Yes.
I think it's coming to the cinemas today. Now, based on what you have seen, advanced screening, I believe. What is your take? No,
My take is that people should go
no.
and see the film.
I know you're not spoiling it. Oh, you got okay. Well, that says it. I will try not to drag it too much because I was going to. Don't worry. Next week we will talk about it after one or two persons have seen it, and then we'll have your under. Oh, you will not be
Next week.
around next.
What time? Yes, I won't be. But let's hope. Let's hope there's time. I don't know what my schedule is like at the festival, but if there is time in the morning, because it's the same time as ours, I think that's an hour difference. I might be able to squeeze in an appearance. But fingers crossed on that.
Okay. Now I'm guessing you have seen the stories of the awards and the recognition and the accolades that Mami Water has been packing on.
Oh, of course. You know, I was one of the. I want to feel like I want to think that I'm possibly the first, in quote, Nigerian based in Nigeria, who is not part of the production crew to see that film. I saw that film as early as January. So yes, I have quite a I have a front seat view as to Mami Water. Yeah.
And were you surprised or did you see all of these things coming? I mean, for instance, it got 3 awards at the 19th edition of AMA, which is the African Movie Awards that was held just this past Sunday, that's 29th of October. From having the award for Best Nigerian Film that's a National Film and Video Censors Board gave it the award for the Best Nigerian Film to the makeup and I think one other category, I don't quite remember now.
Cinematography. It was cinematography.
Yes. And then it got picked up by Deccan Analog to screen across cinemas in North America. Not just that, it won the Sundance Film Festival 2023 for the World Cinematography Award and also the African Critics Award for Cinematography Award. And that's just not all. Set Design Award at Pan-African Film and TV Festival of Ouagadougou. Also, it got that award, and now it's headed to the United Kingdom. It said that the West African folklore picked up, or rather, that's at Mami Water now, picked up by Aya Films. That's a UK-based distribution company. So they're going to be screening it across 14 states between November 17 and December 7, 2023. But that is not even where I am going. Here in Nigeria, across the cinemas, since it was released in September, it's grossed only 4.5 million naira.
So where are you going with this show?
Yeah, why?
Why?
I'll give you the context. I'll give you the context. So now, talking about the most watched movie at the cinemas, can you guess that, or do you already know? Before I tell you. Can you guess the current most watched movie at the cinema?
Oh, currently. At the moment, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the. So I know I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what is currently. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Let me tell you. In the first week, according to the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria, it got 33.4 million naira. Then second week, 28.3 million naira, and then the third weekend. Altogether, it got 13 million. Now, altogether, it got 75.4 million. And that is Merryman Nemesis.
Oh, yeah. But I'm not sure that these are not the same films. So I think you can expect.
No, I am not comparing them. That's why I stopped by saying, why do you think it has that low number? And remember where we're coming from all the awards and international recognition.
No, but yes, I don't believe that awards have a lot to do with a film's commercial success, especially not in Nigeria.
Okay.
I think there are two problems. There are two reasons why Mami Water got such a low figure at the cinemas. Two reasons. One of them is its marketing. The other one is its story. It is not. It's a kind of an art house film. That's what it is. It's not really a commercial film. So it was never going to get a lot of viewership. Definitely, never going to get huge numbers. but it would have gotten a lot more numbers if the marketing was right. The marketing wasn't quite right. In fact, it was non-existent, to be honest. So, in my own view, I think that the filmmakers, the distributors of Mami Water in Nigeria, wanted to just tick the box that this film that had shown across the world and had all of these accolades was going to show up here. The idea was not that, I'm sure they knew that it wasn't going to make a lot of money. And so they just decided not to put a lot of money into it. But I believe that if they had done even half of what they do for some of these other movies, it would have done a whole lot better than it did. So yeah, so those are the two basic problems. On the one hand, the marketing. On the other hand, it was never a film that was created for a massive audience.
So, Oris, we did all that merry-go-round just for you to come back to telling me the reasons where we should have started from in the beginning.
That's what I said it earlier. I said it earlier. Do not attack me. I said it earlier. There are only two reasons: the marketing of the film and the film itself.
Hey, could have just simply me. All right, so moving on, let me have your take on something, and that, of course, will be the award list for the African Movie Academy Awards. So I'll pick your brain on some. I'm guessing, but I will let you say it. So for the best movie, or rather the best achievement in production design, it got the award, that is Anikulapo, and that was not the only category as well. I think this is me looking for it now. I'll try and pull it up. So how did you think? Did you see the award list for the AMA?
Yeah, of course. I saw it the next month. Like I said, I missed the show. I probably would have been there, but I had the other premiere and I was a writer specialist, so I decided to go for that. But I saw the award list, and my issue with AMA started from the list of nominees, to be honest. So by the time it got to the awards, I was pretty much just disappointed heavily that I didn't really care a lot, because I had expressed my displeasure with the list of nominees even before the event itself. I think one of the problems I have with AMA is it is supposed to be the more serious, in quote, sibling of our film shows, with the MBC being the more glitzy and glamorous one. But year after year, AMA fails its own remit. It should do better. Somehow it doesn't. So, for instance, let me give an example. One of the major things I have a problem with is the best actor category. That category should have had Blossom Chukwujeku. I don't think he was nominated.
He was?
Which, I mean, he wasn't. I don't think he was. For the trade, I don't think he was. And okay, for me, that's like...
Oh, sorry, I'm mixing it with Afris.
Yeah, so he wasn't. And that for me is like a huge disappointment, because his performance, Blossom's performance in that film, is not just like one of the year's best. It's kind of like decade's best. It's probably one of the best performances I've ever seen in a mainstream Hollywood production. So for it to be ignored, I think it suggests that the AMAs are not sure they know what they are doing. There is another category, I think it's the lead actress category. It had Adesua Itomi nominated. And I thought that was also another big feeling on their part, because Adesua Itomi is not actually a lead actress in Gangs of Lagos. The film doesn't actually have a lead actress. It only has the lead actor. So I was like, why is this person getting nominated here? In fact, I can go on and on. There's so much anyway. But yeah, in terms of production design, I think Anikulapo did deserve it. I'm not sure that any other film had that kind of ambition. I'm not very cool with the amount of awards he got, because I don't think it's a great film. It's a mediocre film to me. But in terms of production design, that was some effort. And again, Pat Nebo, I think, who did it? I think it was Pat. Was it Pat or Conley? I'm not sure. If it was Pat Nebo, maybe there was like a way of honoring him posthumously, which I can understand. But I do not think that film deserves to get as many accolades as it has gotten. So we have a situation where Toby Bakri won Best Actor at both AMAs and the MVCA. That's like ridiculous, to be honest. It's not like Toby is not good, but there were much better performances throughout the year for him to take the two top awards at our two top film events. It's just ridiculous. So these things disappoint me year after year after year. And at this moment, I'm probably just flogging a dead horse, because they will never change. And it just saddens me. Anyway, that's my take.
You are a tough man to please, Oris. You are
No, I'm a very easy guy to please. Everybody just needs to do their job, do your job right, and we'll be fine. But they don't want to do their job right. People keep talking about commerce when I should talk about art every single time, and it just disappoints me. Anyway.
Let me help you. I mean, I don't want to take you out of this. I want you to again say it. So you mentioned how Blossom Chukwujeku deserves to be in that award category. By the way, if you talk about those actors that were nominated, you have Richard Mofe-Damijo for
444. Yeah.
Yes,
which
you
was
have
which I don't know.
Say it.
No. I thought that was a 4. It wasn't a very good film, to be honest. It doesn't deserve that nomination, you know. Take away Richard from that thing, take away RMD from that thing, and put Blossom. Much, much better. That category becomes something that anybody looks forward to. But a lot of the Nigerian nominees at the AMA this year were misplaced. So many of them. In fact, Jade Osiberu, who did maybe 2 or 3 of the biggest films from last year, and best films too, because 2 of Gangs of Lagos was directed by her, and The Trade was directed by her. She did not actually get a Best Director nomination. How is that possible? Anyway, I feel like I will just keep talking because the thing just pisses me off so much. Like, these guys keep disappointing every single time.
You know what? When we come back from the short breather, right here on the spot, Oris, you'll come up with your own award show and tell me those you feel deserve to be in. I'm serious. You tell me those you feel deserve to be nominated and in what category. Of course, we're going to have Best Actor in a leading role, Best Actress in a leading role. We're going to nominate your directors as well as, let's live cinematographers. You're going to nominate directors. Then we'll see what.
Yo, please, I'm not the enemy. Don't put me in this.
No, I'm just saying. So there is a way you look at these things. There is a lens through which you view it and interpret it, hence the disappointment or they meeting your expectation. So we'll do that right after this breather. If you're listening to us or just turning on your radio set, you're listening to 98.1, Smooth 98.1. And the name of the show is Film Focus. We are talking about movies. But for now, we're talking about our words and unmet expectations, or should we say consistently shattered expectations, especially that of Oris, right here on Smooth 98.1. We'll be right back.
Yeah, this is Dari.
Oris, you're not going to keep us, yo.
They're not going to kill me too because I'm not happy, so they should not kill me too.
They keep breaking your hearts.
Yeah, the Amas, honestly, it's such a disappointing show because every year they like to feel like they are supposedly serious, and every single year they fail the industry.
Blessings. You just upgraded.
At least when we discuss the MVCA, we understand it's a viewer's choice award. So what do viewers know exactly? But the Amas are supposed to be like an academy, and they should have a lot more knowledge than the average guy on the street. And yet, it's not nice. It just shows the sort of people that we are, and it's not a good look. And I would definitely not stand for it. I'll always call it out whenever I get a chance.
Meanwhile, multitude. Okay, we'll say that's on air then. From the movies to the music to the talk, everything really. We got you covered on Smooth 98.1. We love music, we love life, we love movies, and we love your opinion and takes as well. So you can send them to WhatsApp 0809-444-0981. Again, 0809-444-0981. Especially if you have been listening since the start of the show. We've been talking about a number of things that are working and some things that could be done better, at least in the words of Oris, who is my guest as always. Not as always. On days like this, we are glad to have his esteemed presence, and he's joining us via Zoom. You can see his face and his hat on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Again, youtube.com/smooth 91 FM Lagos. So before the break, I said I would make him, at least now he's a judge and the jury, and he's setting up an award show. He has been disappointed by some outcome of some award shows recently, and if you were to come up with people who deserve the recognition, especially this year for their work and what they've done, actors, actresses, directors. Let's start with the actors. Who would it be? Oh no, ladies first, actresses.
Oh, so last year it wasn't a great year. Last year, or rather, the past 12 months wasn't a very great period for female performances on the screen. There's no great. I'm not sure I saw a single performance where I say, okay, this lady is great. Maybe except for the cameo, the very small role that Chioma Chukwuka had in, I think that was in Gangs of Lagos. Yes. But otherwise, no lead performance female really stood out to me. So if I was given an award, I would be silent on Best Actress. I would not give anybody a single award for Best Actress. Now, should I continue, or do you want to?
Please,
what's the
by
next
all
one?
means.
What's the next one?
Actor, best actor.
So yes, Best Actor definitely for me for film. So it would have been a contention between Chidimokeme in Shantytown and Blossom Chukwudeku in The Trade. Now, but Chidimokeme's project is a series, so it wouldn't quite work. So for me, undeniably, the person who should get that award is Blossom Chukwudeku, because like I said, Blossom's performance is career defining and it's like decades strong. It's best, it would have been best in like several years. If you extended the period to like 10 years before, you get Blossom's performance is going to stand out. So that's why I think that he should have gotten it. In terms of, yeah, let me continue. So Best Director, I would be tempted to give it to Jadi Oshibero, because last year was like a fantastic, well, last 12 months was fantastic for her. She produced Brotherhood. She didn't direct that, but that was decent. She directed Gangs of Lagos, which was a very, very strong effort. And she also directed The Trade, which I think is almost like last year's masterpiece. So those are like three films that she had something to do with on the level of behind the camera. So I think last year, Jadi Oshibero was definitely the best director in Hollywood. Yes. So cinematography, Mami Water, definitely. Nobody else, no other film comes close to the visual appeal of CJ's film. Nothing else comes close. So it won in Sundance in January, like earlier this year. It won at AMA, which was one of the most, which I think is one of the most deserved awards they actually gave. And it probably will win again. Whatever happens, it's going to win again because it's just a very striking film. It's black and white, and they play a lot. They play quite well with the mixture of light and darkness. So it's a very, it's a very strong effort. So yeah, I think that would be it. Production design, like I said, Anikulako maybe can get away with it. The award I would like to think about longer is screenplay. Which of these films has the best writing? I'll be tempted to give it to The Trade. Honestly, I would say yes. I think I gave it to The Trade. I think The Trade is actually very, very well written. Also, by the way, it's also written by Jadi Oshibero. By the way, she's the one who has credit for that film. So, as you can imagine, I think that last year was really that lady's hair. But according to our award shows, not really, which is a disappointment. So yes, I hope I've been able to do what I can.
No, hold on. Which of Biodun Stevens' movie will make the cuts?
So now, here's the thing about Biodun Stevens. Biodun Stevens is a genius filmmaker for what she does. However, Biodun Stevens she hasn't quite worked with the budget, I think, that is required, or the scale. What?
I said you mentioned how she works within the budget she has.
Yes. So she hasn't, I don't think she's received the budget yet that allows her to be a major contender for awards. Awards usually mark quality, artistry, skill. You want to see that the person who did this thing is thinking big. Biodun Stevens hasn't quite had the budget to think big. So until that is done, I'm not quite sure that we can say Biodun Stevens film. Maybe performances in it. Maybe Sister, for instance, what's her name? Kenny Bankole might get its nomination. But in terms of like the back, what's it called now? The back door bits, things like the crew, cinematography, even screenplay, directing. I will be it's very hard to nominate for that. But maybe performances in our films can get a nomination. But the technical bits, not really, because she hasn't quite worked with the budget that puts her in the conversation. So for now, Biodun Stevens is not in the awards conversation. She's good, but she's not quite there yet.
Or maybe we can create an award category for her.
No,
For
we can't. No, what happens is that if she keeps doing as good as she's doing, someday she'll get the budget that enables her to become a part of this conversation we are having. But that day hasn't reached yet. That is so far from what we've seen on the cinema. It hasn't gotten there yet.
Did you see Big Love?
No, I haven't seen Big Love. No, I haven't. But I'll see it. It's on. I think it's on Amazon. Yes, it's on Prime.
Oh.
Yes, I'll see it at some point, but I haven't seen it yet. But it's
Okay.
still, I've seen the trailer, and it still looks like I've seen photos from it and stuff. It still looks like the typical business living domestic drama thing, which is not bad. But you need to scale up to be part of to be a major talking point in an awards conversation. I don't think Big Love is big enough for that yet.
Whoa, Oris, just had to go there. Well,
no. I'm on her side.
I know what you mean.
Thank you, Shion. Thank you. Don't make me. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the truth guy.
You're always a bad guy. It's just that we can't see it, but I'm sure you have two ons, and it's not even a Halloween costume for you.
I have no words for you. Oh, I have the Halloween costume, by the way. Something I bought in Germany, just like
why?
Why?
Was that imposed on you?
It was right there in the store. So I bought the ghost face mask from Scream, the Scream movies.
I could never have imagined.
Interesting. Shame, I would have brought anyway. Maybe when we're going to, if there's still any chance for a break, I'll try and get it.
I'd like to see it. Okay, as we wrap it up on awards, well, multi-choice executive head of content, that is Busola Tejimola. She becomes a member of the International Academy of Television, Art and Sciences. And of course, you know, that is responsible for organizing Emmy Awards. And you know, she's not the only Nigerian on that board. You've got the likes of Mo Abudu, you have John Momo, that is the CEO of Channels TV. You have Taj Adekwetu, you have Agnes Shoyede Johnson, you have Moses Babatope, and not to forget Femi Udubemi. What do you think?
Oh, that's wait, this is the people who organize the Emmys, right? It's the Emmys, not the Grammy, not the Oscars. The
Emmys.
Yeah, that's big because it seems like over time, I think earlier in the year we had the Oscars expand to include a bunch of Nigerians in the academy, and now we have the Emmys doing it. So yeah, that's big, juicy, very juicy news. Yeah, I am impressed because I didn't even know this. So yeah, this is news to me. So yeah, congratulations to every one of them. Yeah, I'm very happy to hear this. I just wish, of course, at some point we do go well enough that we get into those conversations as courtesy of our project, not just the personalities. That's, I think, the next step after getting invited to the Emmys. What else is there? Can we get a project or two nominated? Can we win one? Can we win two? You know, that's kind of how we should go. So yeah, but this is a very, very great step. So congrats to everybody who's been invited.
All right, congrats. And then finally, I saw teasers of Funke Akindele on a current project she's working on, A Tribe Called Judah. Did you see that?
No, but I've heard about it. I heard it's supposed to be her December film or something. So I was making a joke when I was told by one of my Nollywood sources. You said?
What was the joke? Tell us the joke.
Oh yes, that she is back to pack our money. So yes,
I think AY and Funke Akindele are definitely in the same WhatsApp group when it concerns packing cinema money.
But I wonder, I think that, well, AY is still doing well, but I think Funke is like the clear heavyweight champion because I think her past two movies have pretty much made records. I don't think that AY has had that success in recent times. So it's almost like you said?
What movies?
For Funke.
Yeah.
Amogeto and Battle of Booker Street. Both of them were, when they were released, they were both the highest grossing movies. So she beat her own record, so to speak. So yes, with this one, maybe she's going for what they call it in America, a three-peat. If she does it, that will be a three-peat. So yeah, we'll see. This is not something about the policy because we don't know the film yet, but it's interesting that she's back to it. Agana must go to come and pack everybody's money in cinemas. So let's see what happens.
And I'm sure her fans and stans all over are already saying, take my money. Well, in terms of what we know it's definitely going to be star-studded. For instance, you have the likes of Timi Niegusin, you have Toby Makinde, you have Olumide Oworu, you have Uzo Arukwe, you have Nse Ikpeetem, you have Genoveva Ume, you have Faithia Williams, you have Nosa Rex, you have many people really. So
I don't know, some of these names are very familiar names from her previous projects, and it's the same method she uses. A lot of stars, maybe a lot of humor. Then, of course, Funka Kindele herself playing something. It's proven to be a very potent commercial cocktail at the cinemas. So she just, you know what, let's do it again, let's do it again, let's do it again, which is good for her. But I just wish that the quality was on that level. I saw her recent project, the series on what's it called, on Amazon, and I couldn't even stand it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't go past the first episode. So yeah, so maybe she's
someone
better
joked
at the
about
cinema.
it. Yeah, I remember. I said I remember seeing a number of comments about it. She must be obeyed, right? That's the one
Yes.
you're talking about.
She must
And
be ignored. That's my own name for it. She must be ignored.
somebody says she must not be watched, and I'm thinking, why are you
Exactly.
so
She must be
mean?
dismissed.
Why so mean?
Well, you know, but wait, think about it, Sheon. I'm not. It's maybe mean, but aren't they mean to us too by giving us such what's it called now, quality of stuff when we are paying for it? That doesn't seem fair. So it's both ways. Treat us better as consumers, and don't give us crap because you can.
Okay, time to simmer down the energy, and we will be right back. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1.
Okay.
I don't want to offend you.
Don't worry, you're not offended. It's fine. It's me. I'll be on the body. But yes, give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Okay, to go get the screen.
Now it's time to really test that theory in the most lovely battle ever. Indomie Love Food, a brand new family game show on African Magic. Watch mothers team up with their children to compete in a number of exciting games for prizes up to 20 million naira. Don't miss Indomie Love Food, hosted by Stephanie Koka and Darasimi Nadi. Experience family fun, excitement, and love all in one. Indomie Love Bowl, showing every Sunday at 7 p.m. on African Magic Family. Stay connected to DSTV or GoTV.
Let's take a critical look at your lifestyle and the state of your health. With life in a city that hardly sleeps, so many people working hard and many more on the edge, one thing is
you did this. No way.
Anyway, there you have it.
Oh my word. Nah, I could never.
every Thursday at 5:50 p.m.
No, but you probably could. There will be one that will probably fit you. Give me one. Let me.
Coming back.
Oh, we're back. Okay. All right.
My name is Gloria Alicia Young.
Yep, she said it, and you better believe her. The gorgeous and the beautiful Gloria Anozie Young telling you to keep listening to Smooth 98.1. Right now, it is Film Focus, 42 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we have been talking a whole lot about movies and some that you should watch or some that you should stay away from. No, not Irabor. Irabor is absent today, and it has been Oris on the I will not say it. It has been Oris dishing his take. I'm sure if you know Oris, you know that it's the typical usual Oris, says it, sugar coating. It just says it the way it comes to him. And before the break, he said something about Halloween. That he actually got out his Halloween costume, or at least his Halloween face. Yep, he currently has it on YouTube. That is youtube.com/smooth91 FM Lagos. Speaking about Halloween and horror, can you think about 5 horror movies we have in Nigeria?
Can I think of what?
5 horror movies that we have in Nigeria.
Oh, you mean historically, like right from time?
Right from time. I mean, since the beginning of, I'm not since the beginning of Nigeria, just the ones you can
Yeah,
think
yeah,
of. Think of.
yeah. This. I mean, I'm a '90s kid, so I'll go back. I'll go way back. There was Oracle, which was a little scary, with the Ogbakiri idol killing people. There is so Oracle. There's Karishika, which is like maybe iconic in the old Nollywood. Karishika, the one with the lady doing things. There's Sakobi, the snake girl one, also killing people as well. Of course, in the more recent times, there is the one that came out, I think, last week or a few days or 3 or 4 days ago or something. The Madame Koi one, which is based on a what's it called? On a myth, or well, on a myth that's very popular among secondary school students. That's 4, right?
Oscar.
You said?
You didn't think about Ileowo.
Yes, of course, and yes, that is there's Ilio, yes, from Dario Lighton film, which I liked, until the last 10 minutes kind of destroyed my love for what he was doing. So yes, there's Ilio, of course. So that's 2 films from New Nollywood and 3 from Old Nollywood. Horror is a very, then of course, if you want to go way back to, in fact, to Yoruba films, there's what's that one, Iyami Aje or something. My mother is a witch from way back. There was also Kotuaye.
Kotuaye. Oh, who could forget Kotuaye? Oh, no
yes.
one.
Yeah, so the old timers, I'm sure I would know all of these movies that I'm mentioning. Like, these are like quite, they're popular for their time.
Yeah. Okay, now let's come back to trailers, which is the concluding part of the show for today. So, did you get to see the trailer of The Kingdom of the Planet of Apes? No, let's start on Homegrown. There is one coming that will, I don't know if I should say, is a bit of, it's not so much of horror, but at least it has to involve some things that are terrifying a bit, coming to a streaming platform. That's Ololade, definitely not Ashake.
Yes, the one from TNC. Yeah, I saw that with Frank Donga. And I feel like there's a lot about the film that is not clear from the trailer. So it makes me actually anticipate it more, like, okay, let us see what this really is about. And from what they've done, because the filmmakers, they've done a lot of stuff on YouTube. Some of it is like quite high quality. So now that they've moved to the streamers, I'm very, very, very interested in seeing if they take that quality, scale it up, and give us something really, really strong on the streaming platform. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually. Quite a lot. I'm really looking at it. I really hope it's good because I know the writer, I know the director, I know the producer. So
and the head is Bimi Olatero Olagbegi. She's the executive producer and co-founder of TNC Africa. Well, that will be on by the 24th of November, so fingers crossed. And if you're looking for the people or trying to imagine the people you would see in that movie, you will see Frank Donga, you would see Messi Aigbe, you will see Mide Martins, you will see Mr. Macaroni, you will see Oluwatobi Olubiyi, not to leave out Liz Da Silva. So, yep, that's about it. Now, coming to or going to Hollywood, it's Christmas in a number of weeks, I believe. So it's only right that you'd have Christmas movies all around the place. And this one is quite interesting. Genie is the title. And Melissa McCarthy comes in all her humorous glory. Did you see the trailer? Oh, no way. What just happened? Horace, what? Now, if you're listening, you probably have no idea why I just screamed no way. Because Ari's going to put on a Halloween costume. That's supposed to. Why?
Oh well. But yes, you just say that, yes, I was having a lot of fun in Germany. So anyway, yes, Melissa McCartney. I don't think she's done a great movie in a while, to be honest, And this one doesn't look like it's great either. It looks like a film that is created to just like pass the time with. So I hope it just goes that easy. It's not, I don't think even she's aware that, this isn't like a great project. But
meant to be like? Is that not what Christmas movies are meant to? Yeah, just feel good in the moment. Let's watch something while we're munching on
popcorn. I know, but sometimes some movies like become classics. They are Christmas movies. I mean, like Home Alone, for instance. Enjoyable, but kind of becomes a classic. This I don't think has any of such pretensions at all. So And so, I mean, I saw some of the jokes. I'm like, okay, not a bad joke. But yeah, let's see. So I'm not super expectant, but I would see it anyway whenever it does come out.
That'll be for Christmas. Actually, it will be in November, I think. Yeah, it should be in November. No, I've forgotten that. I think it's this November, but it's towards Christmas. Now, on WhatsApp, Bubemi says, I was afraid Oris would mention that comedic nonsense film that passed off as a horror movie, Witch Doctor of the Living Dead.
Which Doctor of the Living Dead? I haven't seen that.
Well, we'll leave it at that then.
Oh, have you
And
seen it?
No, I have
Is
not.
it a, it's an Hollywood film? That's a very strange title.
Let's move over to 2024. This other one in the franchise, I hope it piques your interest. Kingdom of the Planet of Apes. Did you see it?
Yes. Yes, I'm really that's one, you know, I hope it's good. Because they had a trilogy that just passed, I think, a few years ago. And
Yeah.
I think every single one of those movies was excellent. The last one was just great. I think that's one with Oluwaseun. So I think that's the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I can't remember the title of that one, but the last one was really good. So I'm hoping that that quality, that excellence, carries into the new relaunch of the franchise. So fingers very crossed. I really liked the trailer, by the way. I've always liked anyway Caesar and his people. I just like him. So he's not in
Like
this one. Caesar is not quite in this one, but the
no,
guy who
no,
is there now,
he's
the ape,
been, yeah.
yeah, but the ape who is there now also looks like he has that mixture of strange to say, but humanity and dignity. You know, that's what I felt from Caesar, all of the times I saw him on the screen. So I hope that somebody has that same dignity, you know, in this new one, where I'm really looking forward to it.
You didn't mention the mind-blowing parts that the apes now speak clearly, like humans.
Okay, fair
They
enough.
they evolved and now
Well,
speak clearly. And not just that, the apes are now the ones occupying the planet, and humans have been relegated to where the apes used to be before. Imagine
yeah,
how
that's
the
true.
tables have turned.
So yeah, so I mean, of course, we don't know the story yet, but I'm really looking forward to, like, you know, let's see. I have really big hopes for that franchise. So I have my fingers very crossed.
Yep, that will be out in May 24, 2024. That's a long time.
It is indeed, it is.
But we will be here then, fingers crossed, and hopefully, yeah, the other things we'll see from it will not reduce the desire and the appetite to watch that. Any recommendation for people to see this weekend, since you've not been saying much, actually?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like I said, I'm getting ready to go for a long experience of documentaries. So I would hope that before then I can see a bunch of fiction movies. So I think the one I really want to see now is the Scorsese one, which I've just missed because I've been busy.
Killers of the
There's
Flower
the
Moon?
Killers of the Flower. Yes, Killers of the Flower Moon. I really want to see. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. So of course I have to see that one. So yes, I would like everybody to see it with me. But something I saw recently, I think maybe people should see, not maybe, especially if you're Nigerian. The recent adaptation of the Edgar Allan Poe stories from Mike Flanagan on Netflix, The Fall of the House of Usher. I think if you are Nigerian, you should see it just to understand that some of the things we think of as peculiarly ours in terms of superstition, in terms of occultism, in terms of ancestral causes, are actually not only ours. Everybody has a version of that particular thing. So this one has like an ancestral cause thing going on in this particular film. So I think every Nigerian who likes the movies, who likes old Nollywood, should see it and just understand that there is, what's it called now? All of our old stories, all of our old paranoia can be converted into great cinema or great TV, as the case may be.
Okay, thank you, Oris. Always a pleasure to have you. We wonder when you're going to grace us with your enlightened presence again.
I am back. I'm back. I'm away for 3 weeks. After that, I'm back. So yeah. So maybe end of November, I'm back.
We'll just say December because we don't want our hopes and expectations to be dashed. We know what that tastes like.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for money, Sean.
When you find
And
it,
you know,
please.
with the new exchange rates, every money I get from abroad is a lot of money in Nigeria, right? So you can't blame me.
We hear you. We'll forgive you. We'll try to understand. Thank you, Lagos. Thank you, Nigeria. Thank you for being a part of the show. Next, we will play some soundtrack and then play more soul music on Smooth 98.1. My name is Oluwaseun, and you can catch the replay of this video on YouTube. That is youtube.com/smooth 91 FM Lagos.
This is Mr. C, and you're listening to Smooth.
Okay. All right, Sean.
Thank you, man.
All right.
And don't scare people. Do not. That was so scary. I mean, I least expected.
I could bring it for you, but it's a shame that I will not see you.
No, I don't want it. I like my dreams peaceful. I don't want it.
All right, anyway.